Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaste, Namaskar, good evening and welcome to Postmortem, the most enlightening show of all time, only on Radio Udaan, a Flight of Life. Dear Unites, you are listening to the most enlightening show called Postmortem, where we dissect the issue and provide you an impartial analysis. And this is Balanagendran live from Chennai. Those who have tuned into Radio Udaan and those who have tuned into the most enlightening show of all time, Postmortem, today we are going to talk about an important issue. The most significant one. The entire nation is keeping an eye on one state today. Not only today, for the past 5 days. It has become an international demand. It has united people. It has defeated the differentiations of caste, class, creed, race, sex, place of birth, religion. It has united each and every single individual. It has garnered the attention of the students, which has triggered the families, and thus the things are electric. We are going to talk about an important issue. Many of us have misunderstood, and I have come here to clarify that. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan, a Flight of Life, to listen to the most enlightening show of all time, Postmortem with Balanagendran live from Chennai, as we are going to talk about Yeru Tazhuvudal or Jallikattu or Bull Embrace. After listening to the show, we are looking forward to your feedback. After 9 o'clock, you can go to www.radioudaan.com, www.radioudaan.com, where you can find the link to submit feedback. Select the show Postmortem with Balanagendran and rate the show according to what you feel about the quality of presentation, about the quality of content presented in the show. Excellent, very good, good, okay, poor will be the choices in front of you. The choice we'll make will help us to open the door of success for the better progress of your Flight of Life, Radio Udaan. So go to radioudaan.com and submit your feedback. You can also download the playlist to listen to Radio Udaan wherever you are. You can also download the Android app. Yes, Radio Udaan is on smartway as well. If you are a smartphone user, go to Google Play Store and download Radio Udaan's app and enjoy Radio Udaan 24/7. 4 hours of its live webcast, 4 hours of its re-webcast, and 16 hours of special segments and musical extravaganza. Today, as I've said, we are going to talk about a charging issue. What it is all about. Radio Udaan is going to enlighten about the issue and about the topic. And those who are perplexed of why these people are on the streets, why students are dividing, why the students are not attending their college, why the students have gathered in thousands in Madurai, especially in Alanganallur, the world famous hub for Jallikattu. 58,000 people have gathered, and still the protest is going on 24/7. If it touches this Sunday, it will be 24/7 for sure. In Chennai, more than 18,000 boys and girls, men and women, students and professionals have gathered. Today, around 3:30 p.m., the College Students and Graduate Association of the Blind, CSDAB, has organized a mass demonstration condemning the ban on the Tamil ancient traditional sport, bull embrace. Such a vast cooperation from the masses, no political backup, no political party supports. In fact, the protesters have directly told, we don't need you political parties in the protest. If you want to do something, act in the parliament, in the state assembly, to safeguard the cultural identity of Tamil. What is this bull embrace? What is this so-called Jallikattu? Many of us have heard many things about it. We may be for or against this sport, but that doesn't matter. What really matters is how far we can regulate. As we always believe, banning is not a solution and is not going to be a solution as far as the scenario is leading. The central and the state government are in a tizzy because of such a wide range of protests. It is not only happening in Tamil Nadu, it is happening across India wherever the Tamil people are staying. For example, today the large demonstrations took place in New Delhi at the Tamil Nadu guest house. There were instances of mass mobilization of people across various countries where Tamil is one of their official languages, such as Malaysia, Singapore, Canada, Australia, Sri Lanka, London, and even in the United States, where the PETA organization, which is behind this catastrophe, has originated. People have gathered in large numbers, and the demand for legalization of bull embrace or Jallikattu is on the roof. What's going to happen is in the hands of the judiciary and the union and the state government of Tamil Nadu. But what is happening is in my hands, and I am going to present to you all in front of all of you on Radio Udaan of Light and Fly through the most enlightening show of all time, post-mortem. We are not only going to talk about what is happening, we are going to talk about how it has evolved, why it is happening in this way, why do we need to ban it, why we shouldn't ban it. As I said in the beginning, banning can't be a solution. It is not only suitable to Jallikattu for anything. You cannot ban a book, you cannot ban a movie, you cannot ban a person, you cannot ban anything is what the scenario. And we are going to talk about an important issue of bull embrace, how it is happening. What is PETA? People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. We are going to put it in the perspective about PETA. Why should India ban PETA as the protesters are demanding? Why should we need to ban PETA, which is termed as Special Interest Terrorist Group, quote unquote, by the United States government, and FBI has also certified PETA to be the Special Interest Terrorist Group. And why it has to happen? What will happen to the bulls, the native cattle of Tamil Nadu, if there is no Jallikattu? And how far the allegations have been made? What is the stand of the Supreme Court? Why Supreme Court has given a ban in the year 2014? Then why the Union government lifted the ban in the year 2016? Then again, why the Supreme Court stayed the lifting of ban and re-invoked the ban? What is going to happen? What would be the verdict as we are approaching the period of verdict, and at the same time the protest is increasing day by day. Thousands have gathered on Sunday, which has enhanced into 50,000. It is not only in the case of Chennai and Madurai, it is also the same in Coimbatore, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, Tiruchi, Ramanathapuram. Wherever you go in Tamil Nadu, wherever you go into the rural or the metropolitan or the cosmopolitan or semi-urban area, you cannot see anything but protest. Tomorrow, 75,000 autos are not going to function in Chennai. 40,000 bus drivers are on strike, hence government buses are not going to run in Chennai. More than 140,000 government employee associations, all the government employee associations, all the state government employee associations have called for a day's strike. What's going to happen tomorrow? All the traders, vegetable vendors, have called for a strike tomorrow. No vegetable shops will be opened. Everything is in a chill. Why is this? Why the majority demands Jallikattu? It is not only the same. Even the Member of Parliament, Mr. Tarun Vijay from Uttarakhand, is supporting the protest. Where we are going? Even the Prime Minister today, while talking to the Chief Minister, said that he completely understands the feelings and the emotions of the Tamils, and he aware of the Jallikattu not only by his experience but also by reading Sangam literature. Never forget, the Prime Minister is fond of reading Sangam literature, which is one of the gems of the oldest and the purest language of the world, Tamil. And I'll tell you more about Bull Embrace or Yeru Taruvudal or Jallikattu, how the names have evolved and the history behind it. We are going to give you an impartial analysis of a sport for which the banning is invoked by the recently emerged PETA. The 5,000-year-old sport is under jeopardy. We'll see in the next link about the origin, and we will move ahead. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. You are listening to Postmortem with Balanagendran. Enlightenment begins here. We are today talking about Bull Embrace, Tamil Nadu's, Tamils, and India's greatest cultural identity.
न फिक्र करो बीते लम्हों की कि कल का सूरज निकलना बाकी है। मिल जाएंगी मंजिलें आपको हमेशा कि आपके हौसलों की उड़ान बाकी है। सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान, a flight of life.
You are listening to Radio Udaan, Radio Udaan, Radio Udaan, a flight of life. For more information, log on to www.radioudaan.com. Happy listening.
If you can read the Sangam literature even before, or else if you are able to go to the Archaeological Society of India, you can find the Archaeological Society of India's finding from Madurai, a white cave in Madurai depicting a man trying to control a bull, a man playing with a bull and trying to silence it, trying to calm the bull. The picture, according to Archaeological Society of India, is 2,500 years old. Even there were instances of seals where the bull and man playing together is depicted, were gathered from the Indus Valley civilization. Hence, this is not a new sport like cricket, but an ancient traditional one. Especially the Sangam literature, one of the gems of Tamil, as I've said, speaks a lot about the sport. Especially Kalitogai is one of the greatest literary source that particularly talks about this Jallikattu. At that time, it is known as Yeru Taruvudal. Yeru means bull. Taruvudal means embrace. You're not going to hug, you're going to embrace. There is a difference between hugging and embracing. Bull embrace is a sport where the bull is calmed down by a master or by a person, or you're just trying to control the raging bull and bringing it back to normalcy. This is what the exact nomenclature of the sport. It has been conducted since time immemorial. As I've said, it is more than 5,000 years old. And when the period of Mughals, at the time, the southern part were governed by the Nayakars. They were tied the coins, the silver coins and the golden coins, in the horns of the bull. At that time, the coins are named as Sallikasu. Tying in Tamil means, tied in Tamil means kattu. Hence, at that time, it is called Sallikattu. Salli means coins, and you are tying the salli, which means Sallikattu. When the time evolved, when Tamil taken more flexibility, the salli has turned into jalli. Like the way many people, while speaking Hindi, instead of zyada, they used to say jyada. So zyada and jyada resembles and denotes the same. Similarly, sallikattu and jallikattu are the same. But still, there is no practice of tying money or prize in the horns of the bull. Hence, it is known as bull taming or bull embracing. Not even a bull taming. Bull taming is a part of bull embracing, because the bull will be outrageous when it reaches let go free. Let's not forget that human began to use or domesticate bulls, cows when he was living in the caves itself, before the beginning of Indus Valley civilization. Since then, bulls and cows have become domestic animals. Humans have begun to utilize it for all purposes, including transportation, carrying products, and for grazing, milk, and even for food. All these things have to be taken into consideration. We may simply call Jallikattu a sport of mad, as I have experienced while interviewing few, those who don't know about the sport. But it is not about madness, it is about pride. It is about pride to be safeguarding the culture. It is about the proud of being indigenous. It is about the proud of being an Indian, especially. It is the proud of being a Tamilian, one of the oldest civilizations of the world and the oldest civilization of India. As we have been talking about Yeru Tazhuvudal and Jallikattu, even at the time of British colonialism, it was appreciated by the Britishers. Edgar Winston has written in his book Caste and Tribes of India, he has exclusively written about the sport, and he has said, I quote, "I was delighted to see such a courageous human and the way the bulls are treated. There is no doubt the injuries took place to the human, but still the bulls, the same bulls that have injured them, are protected, prevented, and again taken to the sport. This cannot be compared with the bullfight of the Spain." Quote ends. As we move ahead, when we speak about the current scenario, we have to talk a lot since independence. Many things have happened about this bull embracing. In fact, a decade ago, 137 varieties of native cattle have been grazed across India, but now only 37. In Tamil Nadu alone, there were 6 varieties of native cattle, out of which one, Alambadi cattle, is extinct. Once upon a time, there were million Kangayam cattle, one of the major demands for Jallikattu. 1 million 100 years ago. Now it is a staggering 15,000. Why it has happened? How we have lost the indigenous breeds of cattle? While the Constitution, Article 48, demands cattle breeding and cattle protection, why we have lost? Thanks to White Revolution. While we are proud that India is the world's first producer of milk, there are dark realities behind it. We'll tell you about the dark realities of such White Revolution in the next link only on Radio Udaan, of Light. You're listening to the most enlightening show of all time, Post Mortem with Bala Nagendran.
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुध्वजा।
भक्तजनों, इस मोह माया से भरे संसार में ना जाने कितनी ही दिक्कतें एवं परेशानियों ने सबको फुलटू फंसा रखा है और दुनियादारी में टोटली उलझा रखा है। परंतु चिंता का कोई विषय नहीं है प्रिय भक्तों, क्योंकि इन दिक्कतों से कुछ ना होता। देवी डिम्पल लेकर आ रही हैं इन सारी समस्याओं का समाधान। तो अब से एवरी फ्राइडे 8 to 9 PM सोशल कीड़े सर चढ़ के बोलेंगे इन ऑल इज वेल विद RJ डिम्पल ऑन योर फेवरेट रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
कभी तड़प, कभी तन्हाई, कभी बेबसी तो कभी इंतजार।
ये मर्जी क्या खूब है ना, जिसे
मोहब्बत कहते हैं। तो मामला हो टूटे दिल का या आपको आपके अपने ही कर रहे हो नजरअंदाज,
क्योंकि स्नेहा के पास है
इन सब
का इलाज।
अब से हर शनिवार रात 8 से 9 नजर आएंगे प्यार के कुछ नए रंग इन नजराना प्यार का विद RJ स्नेहा ओनली ऑन रेडियो उड़ान, फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
नजराना भेजा किसी ने प्यार का।
एक मंच जहां मिलती है महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां,
सवाल हो और जवाब दूं।
एक मंच जहाँ होते हैं हंसी और ठहाके।
वाह।
एक मंच जहाँ होती हैं चर्चाएं।
दूसरी वाली आपको नहीं समर्पित करूंगा।
कीजिए, बड़े स्पोर्टिंग।
आप पहले सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद कहिएगा आपको चाहिए समर्पण के नहीं चाहिए।
एक मंच जहां मिलेगा लोकप्रिय संगीत,
और इन सब के बीच एक ऐसा मंच जहां मिलता है सब कुछ। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ।
Welcome back, friends, to Postmortem, the most enlightening show of all time, only on Radio Udaan, of Light, where we are providing you an impartial analysis of one of the oldest cultural traditional identities of India, called Bull Embrace. Before talking about the dark realities of White Revolution, many of the capitalists may disagree with me, but this is what the bitter truth. Before talking about that, it's time for us to know the rules of Jallikattu. Without explaining the rules, justifying trying to validate the sport is unreasonable. So what is the rules? what are the rules of Jallikattu? First of all, there are bulls only used, no cows. And that too, the special variety of bulls are used in the sport. The bulls have to be sharp, have to be vigor, and have to be fast. The bulls used to jump even around 8 feet from the ground to escape the players or the person who wants to control. Then, what sort of bulls? We now have 5 varieties of bulls that are specifically demanded during Jallikattu. They are Kangayam, Bargur, Ambalacheri, and the bulls of Pulikulam as well as Alambadi. We have lost Alambadi, as I've already said, and the Kangayam bulls are the highly demanded ones during Jallikattu. What will happen? First, the bulls will be tested about its virility and its vigor. It will be grazed every day. It will be given nutritious diet, and it will be used only for Jallikattu. No more farming, no more grazing, no activities except reproduction and playing in Jallikattu, playing with the people. At the time of Jallikattu, all those who own the bull are asked by the local authorities to assemble in front of the temple. Every temple has its own bull. Even in some villages, that bull is the one is used for reproduction with the cows of the houses. Temple bull is considered to be precious, and it is also trained to partake in Jallikattu. It is not simply you can take any bull and make it run in the arena. You have to train the bull. And at the same time, the bulls are given good nutrition diets. When the day has come, the bull and the bull owner would be taken to the place called Vadi Vasil, that is the enclosure, from where the bulls will be led free into the ground. There will be a rope, usually that we tie around the neck of any pet animal, and also there will be a rope around the nose of the bull. Never surprised? There will be a space. In fact, there will be a larger space for breathing. So, it will be around the nose, not on the nose. There will be a rope called Mukanam Gaire. So when it is tied, the bull used to stand there till its time comes. It is not tortured, it is not alcoholed, it is not intoxicated, or it is not beaten. You cannot beat the bull of that kind because it is outrageous. It can only listen to its master, to the person who safeguards it throughout the year. It will stand there, and here begins the sport. The ground will be of 100 to 150 meters length. Maximum 150, minimum 100. It depends upon the ritual or the tradition of the village. If the village hosts for 100 meters, it will be 100. In Alanganalu, the world famous Jallikattu hub has 150. After the enclosure is opened, first, the temple bull is set free to run. No one is allowed to catch, or no one is allowed to embrace it. In fact, that's the convention. First, the temple bull will run free. Temple bull will pass the post, which is at the end. For example, you have the fence in the cricket ground. When the ball crosses that line, you will be given 4 or 6 as per whether it is bouncing inside the rope or going over the rope directly. Similarly, at the end of either 100 meters or 150 meters, there will be a flag post or lamp post marking the end. The bull has to cross the end to be declared victorious. And the temple bull is set free. It will run from the Vadivasal to the temple directly. No one is needed to guide the bull. It is a trained bull, as I have said. It will not harm anyone. It will run as it is. As long as you are not coming in its path, it will run directly to the temple. You can see the visuals. Then, one by one, the bulls are released from Vadivasal. Maximum 10 to 15 seconds for a bull, not more than that. If you are unable to catch the bull within 10 to 15 seconds, it will run like a wind and cross that 100 meters. And the owner will finally catch that bull. Why the bulls are turning outrageous? In fact, it is not outrageous. The bulls are first time in a year made free. Till then, they are tied in a single place. They are given food at the same place. For sometimes they are taken for grazing. At all times they are under the control of their masters, their owners. First time, the bulls are set into the ground, and in the meantime, the players are jumping at the bull to catch it. The bull wants to escape. If it is a trained bull, if the experienced bull, even you can see the visuals, before entering into the ground, as soon as the Vadivasal is open for that bull, it will shake the head twice, which means the warning signal for the players. Don't catch me if you don't want to be harmed. That's a signal you can witness from many experienced bulls. And the unexperienced bulls are the one that will run into the gallery inside the audience, or it will do the damage. It will cause some disasters. There is no doubt the sport is risky. The sport is injurious and sometimes dangerous to the human life. It has even caused many people to die. There is no denial of it. And the Tamil culture is proud of it, is the reason behind it. Then, when the bull is released, as per the convention, one person who holds the hump is the midpoint of the back of the bull. The person who holds the hump can control the bull. When you press and hold the hump, the bull will slow down its run. It will understand that this is not the person who is going to harm it. You can slowly control it, or else you have to travel with the bull to a particular length or till the end of the lamp post. You have to cross the lamp post with the bull if you want to be the winner, or else you will be declared loser and the cow will be victorious. The bull will be allowed only once, not again. There will be prizes for those who embrace the bull. There will be hefty prizes, from small to hefty prizes, depends upon the bull and the owner. As well as there will be prizes for the bulls that are not embraced. Those bulls will be specifically used for cattle breeding, and the bulls that are easily embraced will be used for grazing and farming activities. Hence, it is not the Spain's matador or bullfighting where one bull is sent into the ground and the group of players are sticking javelin or knife into the body of the bull and making it writhe in pain and die, and cooking, then eating the same bull. Nothing like that. Here, bulls are considered as the kin and kith, and it is treated as the own player which is playing with its master, and again it will be taken back to home. It will be protected with same care and same nutritious food, and it will come back to the sport again, is what the testimony of the people of Alanganallur, where the Jallikattu is the hub. Even while we were interviewing a woman who lost her husband in this bull embrace competition, is growing her own bull, and while asking, will you send your son to the sport, she replied, I quote, I am eagerly looking forward to the day where my bull and my son will take part in that competition. I have lost my husband in the competition, but this bull is my everything now. Such is what the mindset of the people, and this is what the reality. Of course, there is no denial of the instances of damages or cruelty to the animal. We are going to talk about that cruelty in a coming link, but before that, it's time for us to talk about the dark realities of white revolution. While we talk about white revolution, while we pat the back of us, saying that India is the world's first rank holder in terms of milk production, yes, we all deserve to be appreciated. But how it has been achieved? With the National Dairy Development Board and the National Dairy Program, the Jersey, Murrah kind of cattle have been imported from the Western countries. At the same time, they have been made to have cross-breeding with the native cattle. With that cross-breeding, the cattle have been cloned to produce 8 to 12 liters of milk per day, which is 3 to 4 liters in the native cattle. With the help of that, we have increased our milk production, but at the same time, the milk that we drink has highest contamination, which causes diabetes, even cancer, which has that casein morphine kind of isotope, which is the reason behind large number of cancer, diabetes, malnourishment, and at the same time, it causes unwarranted biological differences among the masses. If we can study the biological status of the Indians before 1950 and after 1950, we can find the reality. At the same time, we are failed to understand that in the lifespan of the native cattle, it can give you average 30,000, 25,000 to 30,000 liters of milk. But this Jersey and imported clones can only produce 18,000 liters of milk. At present, 68% of Indian cattle is this imported Jersey kind of cattle. The native cattle are slowly decreasing. In the state of Punjab, the agricultural bowl of the country, the population of the cattle is 1 lakh, out of which 80,000 are imported. They are not vigor, they are just used for milk and slaughter industries. Even in the Western countries from where it is originating, the people are not using its milk, but it is sold to the third world countries and the developing nations like India. We have to understand the logic behind it. Then why do they have to sell it? You have to drink that milk, then only you will get diabetes. And the curative medicines for diabetes is in the hands of the Western world. They have earned around 375 lakh crores in the past 6 decades by selling medicines pertaining to diabetes. Now remember why India is the diabetes capital of the world. What is happening with the native cattle? The crossbreeding is highly increasing. It is rampant and which destroys our native breeds. Even the government is devoid of breed-based cattle census. While we talk about beef ban, while we talk about ban on slaughter, we should take the breed-based census of cattle in order to protect Article 48 of the Constitution. And after this, it's time for us to talk about PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and why PETA is opposed widely in Tamil Nadu and the protesters. The reason behind PETA's demand. They are the animal rights organization. But never forget, we the people of India are the animal-loving entities. We are animal lovers. We are animal rights activists. We are going to talk about the positive as well as the insane facts about PETA. In the next link on Postmortem, Enlightenment begins only with Bala Nagendran on Radio Udaan, Flight of Life.
नैब इंडिया यानी नेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर द ब्लाइंड इंडिया की सबसे पुरानी संस्था है जहां दृष्टिहीनों के लिए शिक्षा, रोजगार और पुनर्वसन की सेवा दी जाती है।
नैब इंडिया पर संपर्क करने के लिए हमें ईमेल करें hsg@nabindia.info पर। आप हमें कॉल भी कर सकते हैं। हमारा नंबर है 02266838637।
किसी कवि की कल्पना, किसी लेखक के कलम अपनी भावनाओं की स्याही में डूबकर उतरें जब किसी कागज पर बनकर शब्द और पढ़ने और सुनने वालों की रूह को कर दें कुछ सोचने पर विवश, तो ऐसे लेखक और कवि की मनमोहक दुनिया से रूबरू कराऊंगी मैं अमिता अपने प्रोग्राम कागज कलम दवात में सोमवार रात 9 बजे। और इसी प्रोग्राम को दोबारा सुन सकते हैं मंगलवार शाम 4 बजे रेडियो उड़ान पर।
हर वीकेंड आप सबका कोई ना कोई नया प्लान तो होता ही होगा ना। कभी फिल्म तो कभी यूं ही सिटी के सेंट्रल पार्क के बाहर सेल्फीज खींचना, या फिर कुछ भी मन न करे तो घर बैठे बैठे अपनी पसंद का खाना ऑर्डर कर लो। आपको पता है, हम जैसे कई लोगों के लिए तो आपका ये वाला प्लान भी पॉसिबल नहीं होता, लेकिन अब डेफिनेटली होगा। मेरा नाम मधु है, मैं देख नहीं सकती, आई एम विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड, बट यू नो व्हाट, नाउ गुड फूड टॉक्स।
अगर आप नहीं समझे तो हम बताते हैं। गुड फूड टॉक्स है इंडिया का पहला एक्सेसिबल रेस्टोरेंट फाइंडर एंड मेन्यू रीडिंग ऐप, खास दृष्टिहीन, कम दृष्टि, बुजुर्ग, डिसलेक्सिक और ऑटिस्टिक दोस्तों के लिए। अब आप अपने मोबाइल, टैबलेट और कंप्यूटर पे कभी भी कहीं भी अपने आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट का नाम, एड्रेस, फोन नंबर और मेन्यू आसानी से पढ़ सकते हैं। बस गुड फूड टॉक्स ऐप एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड करें। अ सक्षम एंड रेडियो मिर्ची इनिशिएटिव, लोकेशन पार्टनर बारबेक्यू नेशन।
कभी महक की तरह हम गुलों से उड़ते हैं, कभी धुएं की तरह पर्वतों से उड़ते हैं। ये कैचियां हमें उड़ने से खाक रोकेंगी कि हम परों से नहीं हौसलों से उड़ते हैं। जी हां दोस्तों, आप भी जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ। अपने ख्वाबों की उड़ान लिए, अपनी कल्पनाओं की उड़ान लिए, अपनी ख्वाहिशात की उड़ान लिए। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और चलिए हमारे साथ एक कभी न खत्म होने वाले सफर पर, जिसका नाम है रेडियो उड़ान।
Welcome back to the last segment of today's Postmortem Enlightenment begins only on Radio Udaan, Flight of Life with Bala Nagendra. Today we are providing you an impartial analysis of Bull Embrace, Yeru Tarudala, Jallikattu and the protest. The timeline is this. The protest has been organized for the past 5 days. It is increasing day by day. Students have come down to the streets, have gathered. Never forget, for the past 5 days, no damage is being done to any property or any soul. Such a peaceful protest in India. This is highly acknowledged by people from all walks of life, from all states of the country and even across the country. But what led to this protest? 2004. People for the ethical treatment of animals. PETA has begun filing a suit in the court demanding to ban Jallikattu, citing the incidences of animal cruelty. There were 7 to 8 incidences filed by PETA that were happened in 2 days, which are cruel to animals for sure. Remember, in 2 decades, PETA are able to file 7 to 8 evidences. Since 2004, there were serious judicial intervention in witnessing the Jallikattu, and in the year 2009, the then DMK-led state government of Tamil Nadu has framed the rules and regulations, the code of conduct of the sport. According to that, every village has to deposit a certain amount before conducting the sport. Every bull and every player must be inspected of their health. Every bull has to be identified of its well-being by the welfare health officers. District collector has to monitor the day-to-day operation of Jallikattu. The ambulance corps has to be deployed for speedy treatment. Mobile hospitals has to be made mandatory. The district collector and the doctors, including the veterinary doctors, have to be deployed, and they all have to test the bull as well as the player before and after Jallikattu. The entire video capture has to take place of the event. All these rules have been followed. In the year 2014, the 2004 case has come to its end with the evidence of 7 to 8 incidences filed by PETA and the Animal Welfare Board of India have led to their favor, and the Supreme Court has banned the Jallikattu, which has been treated as a hate in the entire ethnicity of Tamil. Since then, the review petitions have been filed by the state. Those were dismissed. In the year 2016, January 8, the current NDA government has lifted the ban on Jallikattu. Here there might be a question why the government has intervened. In the year 2012, the then UPA government has inducted bulls into the list of performing animals and banned the showcase of bulls, which is what the reason behind the verdict of the Supreme Court, as it is cited, the bulls are in the list of performing animals as per the Ministry of Environment. In the year 2016, the Union government has lifted the ban, but again, the PETA and Animal Welfare Board of India has went to the court, and on January 14, on the day of Pongal 2016, the Supreme Court stayed the lifting or the decision of the government. Hence, Jallikattu didn't happen for the 2nd year in a row. And here comes the 3rd year. The farmers are already committing suicide. Tamil Nadu is witnessing the ragiest form of suicide which it has never witnessed in the past. Thanks to monsoon failure. Because of the monsoon failure, farmers are killing themselves. And the bulls are the real source. The cattle breeding is the real source. If Jallikattu is banned, the bulls are not going to give them any financial assistance. And they have to either abandon the bull, and as I've said, in villages, bulls and cattle are considered precious than the people, hence the farmers are killing themselves. Then the protest is taken in hand, and now what is this PETA? It was established in the year 1980 in the United States, perhaps the very first organization that talked about animal rights in the name of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. And within a few years, it has won many judicial verdicts in the United States, and it has even stopped NASA from experimenting with the monkeys. As per PETA, you should not use cow's milk for ice cream. You should not use cow milk for drinking. You should not use honey. You should not ride. You should not go for horse riding. You should not have pet animals in your house. If we have doubt, we can visit PETA.org and read about it. It talks about animal rights, and it says that we need to fight for the animal rights. For that, you need to smash the glass doors of the organizations with the stone. That's why the United States has designated PETA, Earth Liberation Front, ELF, and Animal Liberation Front, ALF, as the special interest terrorist groups. PETA has sponsored around $15,000 to the North American Earth Liberation Fronts, who are known for producing fire bombs to fight. And they have been alleged to have sponsored Animal Liberation Front, the organization which is known for violent activities in the United States. Hence, PETA is termed by FBI as the organization that has a linkage with the extremists. It has moved to Spain and filed the case against the Matador bullfight, brutal bullfight. The Spanish court has simply repudiated the complaint of PETA and said that it was the cultural identity. Now, it has turned its eyes towards India. But if we know the fact about PETA, we would be surprised. First thing is that PETA will recover or rescue the stray animals, be it stray dogs, cats, kittens, rabbits, everything. It will look for those who want to adopt those animals. If no one is adopting within 15 days of the rescue, PETA will kill that animal in the name of euthanasia. As per the data, in the year 2015, PETA has killed 35,000 cats and dogs in the name of euthanizing the animals. But remember, this is the fact. Within 2 decades, at the time of conducting Jallikattu, more than 200 were dead. 200 citizens, humans were dead. But no bull is found to be dead, is what the reality. Where is the animal cruelty is the question from the proponents of the sport. When you can't produce the evidence that you are killing the animal which causes cruelty because of your cruelty, where is the cruelty? PETA has the responsibility. And the government is expected to remove the bulls from the list of performing animals in order to pave a way for the apex court to do justice by legitimizing the ancient traditional identity of Tamil and India. As we were speaking about PETA, they were following a tactics of purchasing the shares of animal companies or food companies, and they are increasing their shareholdings. Finally, they are suing them in the courts in the name of animal rights violation. While we talk about animal rights, who has given the right to euthanize the animals, even at the form of mercy killing, to PETA, is the question that erupts in the mind. When it was talking about animal rights, it has to talk about why its adoption rate is decreasing, how it is getting $30,000 million per annum as its fund. Perhaps PETA could do better than what it is doing at present. Let's hope that the justice will prevail and the tradition of India, the ancient tradition of India, and the cultural identity of Tamil and Tamil Nadu will prevail. Long live Yeru Tazhuvudal or Jallikattu or Bull Embrace. We will see more details in the upcoming postmortems as per the updates and the importance. It's time for me to take a leave and to pave a way for Tech City, followed by Bill Say, Bill Tech. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. I'll meet you on this Sunday to 9 p.m. on your most informative show this week. Good night. Take care of yourself. If possible, take care of others. Buenas noches. Vanakkam.